Our next comedian, you have seen him on this season of Younger on TV Land and also Chicago Med on NBC. Please put your hands together for Tyler Fischer.
Thank you so much. That poem was my whole intro, actually. So I wrote that for her and told her to bring me up to that. And the stuff about the butt cheeks. I wrote a poem about my dating life. If you guys don't mind, I'll read it. You're single. You're trying. Keep your head up. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Ashkenazi tits. Try to keep your head up. But don't look at them because their husbands get mad about it. The guys in the big hats. And this poem will get less funny as it goes along, so stop now. Thank you. Can everyone see my body? Yeah. I'm looking into the eyes of a man sitting down. Oh, who has a woman? I didn't even see there's a woman sitting on the man. Jesus, you show off. I'm up here struggling. Any other tiny people in here? No one else could hear that. Our voices are like dog whistles. We could only hear each other. I hear your little cries, sister. The problem about being this tiny is everything you stand next to, you just make look enormous. These are literally violins here. I could never. The bow was too big. I couldn't even. I had to fucking lug it into. This is just a bath mat. It's a stamp collection, individual stamps. It takes me forever to mail one letter. Just like... Okay. People are really condescending to small people, though. I get this all the time. People are like, Tyler, you're so tiny. How did this happen? Are your parents tiny? How did this... What's that little guy? Come here. Come here. Oh, come here. You want to go to the Upper West Side? There you go. There, on me. You go. I was just home for Easter, and I was reminded because I saw my parents, and I'm like kind of a perfect blend of the two of them because my dad is 5'6" and my mom is field mouse. So, are my parents tiny? No, they're fucking 7'5". My dad just came a little bit. How do you think this happened?
Just a little bit. I'm gonna make a little baby. Just a little. We can't afford a baby this size in this economy. Got a little bit.
Just took a little eye droplet. And 4 weeks later, I was born. That's how long it takes to bake a body like this. Man. You guys are a smart crowd. This is a very intelligent crowd. You have what I like to call resting NPR face. It's a good joke. I'm gonna fact check it later, but it's a good one. I was on the subway today. I can't handle the train anymore. I can't do it anymore. I was just in Los Angeles, got a taste of the car. Got a taste of the car life. People, if you want to know how angry people get on the subway, if you guys don't live here, I don't know if you noticed, every 30 to 40 minutes, they have an announcement reminding people not to hurt the MTA employees. Literally every 30 minutes,
just a reminder, assaulting an MTA employee gets you up to 7 years in prison. Thank you very much.
And New Yorkers, we don't even give a shit. I saw a guy the other day just sitting, listening to that, just counting, just trying to figure out how old he'd be when he got out of jail. I'll think, do you know how weird it would be if any other service you paid for goods made that announcement? You're at a restaurant, good evening, how are you this evening? Just want to let you know of a couple specials. We have a seared Atlantic salmon with a side of garlic mashed potatoes, and we also have a 8-ounce filet mignon topped with cheddar cheese that has been aged for 7 years, which is also how long you'll be in jail if you try to hit me during this meal. So, The busboy's 2 years. Hit the busboy. It's only 2. I'm very proud to announce I actually canceled a United Airlines flight to Los Angeles. Credit card was denied, but I would have canceled it had I had the funds available. Did you guys see the footage of that guy getting dragged off the plane? I was appalled, and mostly because there's 100 people sitting there. Not one person got up for their seat and walked up to that officer and offered him a Pepsi. Not one. How are we gonna stop the violence without a cool, crisp, bubbly soda? I just got back from LA. I was doing some traveling. I was on a very tight budget, so I had to try that site where you can sleep at a stranger's house for free. What is it? Not couch surfing. The other one. Tinder. The sleepover app. I'd ask who's on Tinder, but I recognize 100% of you guys. I swear to God, I'll lock this door. I'll set my radius to 10 feet. I'll match with all of you. All of you right now. I was just watching. I was watching an old Jimmy. Get this, man. Some water, would you? I was watching it. We don't care. In New York, no one cares. You're like, I don't care. I'm not sitting close to him. I don't care. I'm not going to do anything. That's the rule. Whoever's closest has to help save a life. But I was just listening. I was watching the old Jimmy Stewart film. Was it something? The one about the Philip? He goes to DC. Who gives a shit? Edit this out. It's live. Damn it. It's live. I always imagine what Jimmy Stewart would be like if he had Tinder back then. Be like, well, I just met the most beautiful woman in the world. Well, I think I'll send her a dick pic. Well, first I gotta hire a photographer and find her address so she gets it by next Monday. Well, quick. I don't know. I deleted Tinder. I feel like we're getting too impatient. Everything's way too instant. My friend the other day is like, man, it took me fucking 3 days to match with a girl to set up a date. I was like, do you know how lucky you are? 3 days to convince a perfect stranger to meet you in some weird garage bar in Bushwick in some alley? That's not bad. Do you know how long it would have taken in like the 1600s to set up a date on a service like Tinder? You'd have to go to the post office, pick up a stack of portraits, not even pictures, portraits, paintings. You gotta just hope the artist gets it right. Nowadays, if we want to see another picture, we just go on Instagram. You can see 1,000. Then you'd have to commission an artist to paint more paintings of them. She's holding a dove. You're like, does she have a dove, or was that just painted in? All right, then you got to write her a handwritten letter, but you're out of ink, so you got to go kill a dove. You got to pluck a feather, crush some berries with your bare feet, then write a handwritten letter. You got to write something clever, like, "Dear Catherine, I find you very attractive. Perhaps we could meet someday." And then you send it off, and then you got to wait. A day goes by, a week goes by. Finally, you got to return. "Dear Brian, sup? Goddamn, she's playing hard to get. I'm just gonna ask. So you just ask her out. You send the letter off. Then a month goes by, 2 months goes by. You're like, am I being ghosted? Which back then meant she died of syphilis. Very different story. Finally, you realize she lives 500 miles away. You gotta take a week off work, buy an extra horse. You meet her and you realize it's your cousin. And you're totally cool with it. One clap. I got one clap. That's fine. So that's it. That's all I'll do. That's one clap and I'm out. I just started doing yoga. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's the ancient practice of holding your farts in for an hour. It's just public humiliation. That's the entire practice. It's way harder than I thought. There's all these like props you have to get. Has anyone done yoga in here? There's always one like mystery prop. I have no fucking idea what to do. She's like, everybody grab 2 blocks, a blanket, and a live turtle, and just put those aside. You're gonna get a stretchy cord, a pad, and a blowtorch, and just put those aside. You'll know. And this is how they trick you with yoga. They use this soothing, relaxing voice, and then they demand the most impossible shit you've ever done in your entire life. But they'll offer up to make it a little harder if you want. Just if you want to make it a little harder until you want to kill yourself. It's like, everybody, just grab your leg. You're gonna bend it back. Hold it there for 2 breaths, okay? Whenever you're comfortable, take that leg and just flip it over your shoulder. You're just gonna dangle it there, okay? Take the left leg and wet noodle it and just flip it over, okay? Have your foot, give your head a little massage with your toes, okay? Then magically just find yourself onto a handstand pose. You're gonna hold there for 92 breaths, okay? If you're comfortable, stay. If you want to push it, levitate off the ground just an inch. Don't go crazy. It's a beginner class, all right? And if you want, just float around the room, maybe go up the walls, hang from the rafter. Okay, if you're feeling tight, make a small incision with your block and just start taking your large intestine out. Make some room for the breath. If you're comfortable, hang out. If you want to push it, grab your partner with your legs. You're going to flip them on top of your head for headstand on a handstand, okay? If you're comfy, stay. If you want to make it worth your while, walk your partner across the room, down the stairs. You're going to get on the A train, go cross down to JFK. There's a small propeller plane waiting. It's going to take you to the base of Mount Vesuvius. You're going to climb to the summit just using your pinkies with a straight jacket blindfold. Isolate that core, okay? Once you got to the top, here's where you're going to take out your 2 blocks and a blanket. I know you're nervous. Okay, you're going to need it because you're going to build shelter and live there for the next 8 years. When you build villages for the local, ended Zika, ended racism, you can meet us back here in the studio for Shavasana. Namaste. Guys, hey, you've been a lot of fun. Keep it going for Becca, everybody. I'm Tyler Fischer. Thank you.